Hello everyone, this is Caleb Simpson, here from ZeldaDungeon.net, here to show you where to find all 45 pieces of heart found within The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. This is the second half of this guide, continuing right where we left off in the last video. In the Gerudo Desert, on the way to the Arbiter's Grounds, you can pass through these ruins areas with all the Bulblins, where you also fought King Bulblin as well. In one corner of the area is a Bulbo, or a giant pig rather, warthog thing, that is being cooked over a fire. You want to slash it open with your sword to break it open, revealing a piece of heart. Simply gruesome. The first piece of heart found in the Arbiter's Grounds is in the central chamber with the 4 blue flames that the Poes will steal. Now to one side you can use the claw shot to get across where you'll find a large chest. I recommend leaving at least 1 block or 2 in the sand so that you can get back without drowning in the quicksand. The second piece of heart in the Arbiter's Grounds is found in the room with a little to the east of where you find death stored, and after you have acquired the spinner, this room is just filled with sand. There are rails and several spiky traps of different sorts here, so it is broken up into 3 different elevations. So when you take these rails to get up to this middle elevation, you'll come to a large rounded rectangle-shaped area with a Stalfos and a large chest at the end. You want to defeat the skeletal foe and then open the chest to get a piece of heart. Between the portion of Hyrule Field just north of Castletown and the Great Bridge of Hylia, there's a shortcut area you can access with bombs. You'll find that there are several rails here along the walls, but there are some to the northern end that has a set of rails that leads upwards. You want to use the spinner to follow this path, spinning back and forth to get across each break in the rails, to eventually get to a platform with a large chest containing a piece of heart. On the path between the portion of Hyrule Field just north of Castletown and the Bridge of Eldin area, right next to the entrance to the Hidden Village, there is a set of rails that leads off to a small platform in the distance. If you look at your map, you can see that it's there very obviously as well. When you transform into a wolf here, you can dig down into the speckly spot that's in between the grass. This leads down to an underground cavern with 3 Stalfos, so just use explosives to defeat them, such as bomb arrows, or just lay a bomb down and then back up, let them walk into it and explode. This will create a large chest on the nearby platform that has a piece of heart. The first piece of heart found in the Snow Peak ruins is a bit tricky. After acquiring the ball and chain and being sent off in search of the big key by Yetta for the 3rd time, you come to this room on the 2nd floor just east of the entrance room. It's in the southeast corner of this room is a target that is on the wall, kind of suspicious, and the floor here is uneven. It's also very suspicious, so lay a bomb on it or use the ball and chain to smash through, revealing a hidden area that you may have noticed before on the 1st floor. You want to open the large chest here to get a piece of heart. To leave, you simply want to turn around and use the claw shot on the target. Once you get back to the entrance room on the 2nd floor, you want to smash the chunk of ice that is next to you to reveal a target, giving you a shortcut back to the 2nd floor in case you fall down. You want to use the ball and chain on the chandelier straight ahead, and then go ahead and kill the Chilfos that is on the opposite side. After that, you want to turn to the south, and you'll find that there is a large chest on the ledge that you can also see on your minimap. You'll have to hit it with the chandeliers with the ball and chain and jump from one to the next in order to work your way towards it. It can be a real big pain, and it may take a while, and if you do fall down, just remember to use that target that we used by smashing the chunk of ice that was there on the 2nd floor. Eventually, you will get over there and open the large chest to get a piece of heart. Once you have completed the Snow Peak ruins, you can warp to the top of Snow Peak and speak with Yeto or Yetta to race them to the mansion. Now the first time you are forced to race against Yeto, who is the slower of the two, we simply want to hold forward pretty much the entire time to move quickly, so just don't mess up too bad and you should easily be able to beat him. You will return to the top of Snow Peak and speak with Yetta this time to race against her. She's the faster of the two in general, but she also takes this shortcut that is halfway down the mountain. You have to take this shortcut yourself, otherwise you will never be able to beat her. You want to hold forward pretty much the entire time, and be careful not to hit anything, and you should make it just ahead of her. In reward, she will then gift you with a piece of heart. In the portion of Hyrule Field that is just north of Castletown, go to the northern rocky areas and take the lower path to find this open area with a Tektite and possibly a Zalfos, depending on when you go there in the game. Now to the northeast corner of this area, this little open area with the Tektite, is a boulder that is blocking a cave, and inside you'll need the ball and chain to break through this chunk of ice. This leads to several puzzles in a row in which you push blocks back and forth on this ice in an attempt to hold down these switches and progress further to the next puzzle. At the very end, you will be rewarded with a piece of heart. Now it takes some time to kind of show them all and such, so instead, you can just check out our block puzzle guide that is on our website at ZeldaDungeon.net. If you have any trouble figuring them out on your own, just go to our website, go check out that guide, and I'll show you how to complete all those puzzles. In the Temple of Time, there's a room where you initially fought several Denalfos and moves the walls back and forth by shooting the crystal switch that is near the middle of the room. Now there's a floor switch that is behind an electrical barrier here that's just begging to be pressed down. Now once you have the Dominion Rod, you can place either the large statue on it, with, as you're coming back through the dungeon, or you can grab some of the nearby smaller statues with the Dominion Rod and then place them atop it. This will allow you to remove the electric barrier and go back there and get the large chest that contains a piece of heart. On the 5th floor of the Temple of Time is this room to the south where you initially fought some Armo statues, and if you return here you'll find a ton of Goma and Goma larvae. You want to defeat them and then grab one of the little statues here and bring it up the stairs to the south, and then toss it into the fenced-in area that's to the side that doesn't have one. You want to use the Dominion Rod on the little statues that are on both sides, walking them down and onto the switches. Do this on both sides to press down both switches, and this will make a large chest appear in one of the nearby alcoves that contains a piece of heart. After completing the Temple of Time itself, you can return to the entrance area just within the Sacred Grove and use the Dominion Rod on the owl statues that are to either side. To one side is a postal, while the other contains a large chest with a piece of heart. After returning Ilia's charm and getting Epona's call, you can come back to the Hidden Village, and there will be a ton of cats everywhere. If you speak with them, they'll tell you to go find the Cuckoo leader in the back. He's located behind the large building to the west, but you'll have to break through some windows to find him. You want to speak with him and play a little game in which you must speak with all 20 cats in the village. You want to start from one end and work your way to the other, speaking with all of the cats as you go. Because the cats run away when you come near them, or they try and turn around and come towards you, that is. Some of them are, they're up high and they're actually will jump off when they see you. Because of this, it can be quite confusing which ones you have spoken to thus far. I recommend trying to speak to the ones that are up high first as a result to avoid this confusion. There's also one spot in particular where you have to jump through a window in order to get to one of them, so you simply want to get on this upper balcony and break through into the window and jump through. Once you have spoken with all 20 cats, you want to return to the Cuckoo leader. He will thank you by explaining that there is a piece of heart waiting for you in the front of the house, but you have to be sure to grab it before you go, otherwise you'll have to do this all over again. Once you have restored power to the Dominion Rod, you go on a journey collecting sky characters from several different spots throughout Hyrule. At each sky character location, you can use the owl statues to access different secrets, and 2 of these have pieces of heart as prizes. At the Bridge of Eldin, you want to use the Dominion Rod to take control of the statue at the north end of the bridge, and then walk it off the ledge and onto the bridge itself. Then you want to walk it all the way over to the other end, and it'll move a little bit faster if you roll as well. At the south end of the bridge, you want to walk it down into the lower area off to the left, where you can see that there's a ladder that is across the gap. You want to place the owl statue that is just in the middle, and once you have it nicely situated, you want to go ahead and jump across to access the ladder. At the very top, you want to kill the Boltman Archer, and then open the large chest to get a piece of heart. In the South Farron Woods, where Toro the Lantern Salesman lives, there's a boulder to the northeast that you can blow up to reach this little clearing area with an owl statue and a sky character. You want to take control of the statue and step it into the circle-shaped hole that is in the ground near the tree. This will show a short cinema giving you a clue on what to do next. You want to stand on the nearby ledge, transform into a wolf, and use Midna to jump across the statue and several branches, eventually leading up to this upper ledge. You want to follow the path to find an upper platform that is above the central Farron Woods, and open the large chest to get a piece of heart. The first piece of heart found from the City in the Sky is in the large cylinder-shaped room with a Big Baba at the very bottom. On the second floor, you can see on your map that there is a chest that is to the far south, and it's on a ledge with some keys. You want to shoot them first, and then use the nearby wall to steadily work your way across. At the other side, you want to kill the Baba Serpent that's hanging from the ceiling, and then open the large chest to get a piece of heart. Now the second piece of heart that is found within the City in the Sky is in the southern portion of the dungeon on the 3rd floor. There's an outdoors area with a ton of Peahats that are formed a V shape. You want to use the double claw shot to get across, and then take the southern route to return to the room that we've been in previously. This takes us to a ledge that was previously unreachable and from the other direction, and this has a large chest just begging to be investigated. In the far east side of Kakariko Gorge, there's a large rock formation that is out in the abyss. Once you've acquired the double claw shot, you can use it to latch onto the targets that are on its side and work your way down in order to get to some lower vines. You want to climb around and then to the opposite side, drop onto the platform and open the large chest that contains a piece of heart. Now the first piece of heart that is found within the Palace of Twilight is in the east wing of the dungeon. There are 4 waterfalls of black fog in here, and in one of them, which you can see on your map as well, is an alcove that has a chest in it. You want to place the soul near the fog fall to temporarily make it disappear. Once you are down in this lower area, you can use the claw shot on the target that is against the wall to get to this upper area with a large chest. Now, alternatively, you can return here later when you have infused the Master Sword with light. If you use the soul, you just simply want to come back and just steal the soul back before the Zant's hand can take it away. Now, the second piece of heart that is in the Palace of Twilight is in the first room on the west wing of the dungeon. There's a dark orb here that is on the far north end of the lower level, and once it is exposed to the light of the soul, it will then activate 2 platforms, each one taking you to an alcove that is on the side of the room. Now, the western platform takes you to an alcove with a large chest containing a piece of heart. Now, alternatively, once again, you can return here to this room once you have infused the Master Sword with light, which may make it a little less stressful because then you don't have the Zant's hand to deal with. Congratulations, that is all 45 pieces of heart found within The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. If you ever need any more help in any of the Zelda titles, feel free to check out our website at www.zeldadungeon.net. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.